1. Physical looks are the most important factor for males' dating success. 2. Ladies care about looks more than males. 3. This is mainly because ladies are much more selective in their mate choice. Their dating strategy can be compared to a single-line fisherman trying to catch the highest quality fish. Meanwhile, 4. Most males take whatever they can get. They're like sea draws, throwing a big net into the ocean, picking up whatever. There's a lot of males out there that will pretty much go with anyone, attractive or unattractive. 5. Looks is becoming even more important for guys now because of the explosion of online dating apps. 6. Looks is also becoming more important because ladies are exposed to more and more options. What's the fastest way to narrow down 100 options? Easy. Just get rid of anyone undesirable. 7. Any man at 8 or above in attractiveness will have the red carpet rolled out for him on online dating apps. 8. In contrast, any man between a 5 and 7 in attractiveness will struggle massively on online dating, getting barely any matches and scarcely getting replies to messages. 9. Any man below a 5 will get 0 matches for life. 10. On online dating apps, 60% of likes go to the top 10% of males. 11. 80% of the matches go to the top 20%. 12.95% of matches go to the top 50%. Therefore, 13. Just 5% of matches go to the bottom 50% of guys. 14. These statistics also show that looks are mostly objective. There is very little room for opinion or preference. 15. A man's money now means nothing to ladies as they can instead either work for themselves or allow the government to provide resources. 16. Any man that gets in a relationship based on his money has no real attraction to the woman. It is all fake love. 17. His only purpose is just to provide resources for her, whether it be to pay for her bills, expensive dates, holidays, and so on. 18. Any man that gets a relationship mainly because of his money will likely get dumped as soon as he loses his job or investments. 19. Relationships based on money will likely end up as dead bedrooms. The man might get intimacy twice a year on his birthday and on Christmas. 20. Confidence doesn't mean much and only helps if the man in question is already attractive. 21. This is because if an unattractive guy is confident, it is often seen as creepy or arrogant. Besides, 22. Confidence is very correlated with looks. Statistically speaking, shorter, more unattractive and overweight people are more likely to get bullied in school, which, no surprise, is going to have a negative effect on a person's confidence and self-esteem. Meanwhile, 23. Attractive people are more likely to be appraised from teachers' parents, which in turn boosts their confidence. 24. On top of this, generally people tend to adopt a level of confidence based on how they look. 25. For example, how can this short guy look confident to the camera if he's standing next to this man who's way taller than him? 26. How can this man smile with confidence when he has bad teeth? 27. How can this man be confident in his own skin when he has severe facial acne? 28. Status also doesn't matter for these reasons, because 29. Similar to confidence, status is also largely determined by looks. For example, 58% of CEOs are over 6 foot, despite them only making up 15% of the population. Additionally, 31 ladies tend to only care about status when they have reached settling down. 32. University-age girls don't care much about a man's BMW if the man driving it is short, old, and balding. 33. Ladies only start caring about your personality after you are above their minimum looks. 34. If you are way above a woman's minimum looks threshold, it gets to the point where you can get away with pretty much anything. And in fact, your negative personality traits can be seen as positives. 35. An attractive man who is shy is perceived as cute. Meanwhile, 36. An unattractive man who is shy is seen as antisocial. 37. An attractive man who is awkward is seen as funny or adorable. Meanwhile, 38. An unattractive man who is awkward is seen as weird or creepy. 39. When an attractive man makes bad jokes, they will be voluntarily laughed at by ladies as they want to impress him. Meanwhile, 40. When unattractive man makes good jokes, they will be shunned, as they'll be seen as lame or the joke uncalled for. 41. An attractive man who is intelligent is perceived as smart. Meanwhile, 42. Intelligence on an unattractive man is nerdy or geeky. 43. An attractive man with no friends is seen as a lone wolf. Meanwhile, 44. An unattractive man with no friends is seen as a friendless loser. 45. Things such as grooming or improving your appearance don't amount to much and are overrated. This is because 46 clothes and haircuts are not tied to your genetics. You can't pass down an expensive haircut to a child. It is an environmental factor. Therefore, ladies won't care about it. 47. Additionally, these factors often only work when the man is attractive anyway. Nice clothes look good when worn by attractive males, not the other way around. 48. An unattractive man in the exact same clothes will look terrible. 49. Going to the gym only helps if you are at least average in the face, for which it can dramatically improve your appearance. Meanwhile, 50. If you're below average in the face, getting a gym body will unlikely work as it'll be seen as overcompensating. 51. A gym body can look pathetic on a short guy. 52. Some males who are even above average in the face and height are still genetically limited due to factors such as a poor frame and bad muscle building genetics. 53. If a man has good height who was previously heavy, lowering his body fat percentage in the gym can completely transform its attractiveness. However, 54. This is only the case if the man's underlying facial structure is attractive. If the man is unattractive beneath the fats, he'll barely be in a better place than he was. 55. The only difference between a friend and a boyfriend is how physically attractive you are. 56. Most mainstream dating advice is simply awful, and it only serves to temporarily make people feel better about themselves. 57. For example, phrases such as "just be yourself," "just put yourself out there," "just be presentable," and make people laugh, are only surface level and don't infiltrate deeper meanings of attract. 58. In fact, any dating advice that starts with "just do whatever" is probably going to be terrible. Terrible advice. 59. The number of males excluded from the dating market is increasing year after year, and this is mainly because of rejections based on looks. 60. The attractiveness of your face is determined by your facial bone structure and is almost entirely genetic. 61. The importance of facial features goes eyes first, then jaw, then hair, then midface. However, 62. It is better to score averagely in everything rather than having one or two fantastic features along with one outstandingly bad. For these two guys, the man on the left is more attractive than the man on the right because he has much better consistency, and this is despite having a lower overall score. 63. Surgery may be one of the only potential solutions for males with unattractive features. 64. Height is an attractive trait, as it is seen as a display of dominance. 65. The ideal height for males falls between the 6'2" to 6'4". However, males who are 6 foot are also in a good spot and don't have anything to worry about. 66. Every inch you have lower than 6 foot is seen as a small blow to your overall attractiveness. This is the danger zone. Meanwhile, 67. Heights 5'7" and below are in the no-go zone. Persistent rejections will occur solely because of heights, and this is true even with an attractive. 68. On the other side of the spectrum, heights taller than 6'4" are still good, but have a few negatives going for them. Namely, it can increase the likelihood of falling into a niche market. Also, the likelihood of having an elongated horse face or a lakey body and frame will increase. Therefore, the ideal remains at 6'2" to 6'4". That said, those who are 6'5" and above are still better off than the average heights of 5'9" to 5'70". Boarding can destroy a man's chances in the dating market, even if he was successful in the past 71. Although it's still possible to be attractive if you are bored. The black pill shows that less than 5% of males can pull off the bored look, and those people would usually need to be attractive to begin with anyway. 72 boarding will give the appearance of being 10 years older than your true age 70. Males reach their attractiveness peak between the ages of 20 and 28. 74. Males younger than the age of 20 may not have a fully developed face yet, therefore, they're not as attractive. Meanwhile, 75. Males older than the age of 28 will increasingly face issues caused by aging such as boarding, skin degradation, wrinkling, and 76. This process of aging will likely start off slow but accelerate rapidly into a man's mid-30s. 77. Ladies reach their peak of attractiveness between the ages of 18 to 24. 78. The peak of attractiveness for ladies is narrower than males because aging affects ladies faster, and this is due to ladies' smaller fertility window. As you can see from the chart on the right, males decline. 79. The ideal length is 6 inches or greater. 85. Inches is seen as an uphill struggle. Again, this is a danger zone. 81. Anything below 5 puts you in a very difficult situ. 82. Ladies of all ethnicities have a preference of dating ethnically males. However, 83. Chads are their own separate class. 84. Ladies will never tell males the truth about just how important looks are. 85. The main reason for this is to avoid causing upset. 86. Instead, ladies will tell males personality matters the most, in order to keep those guys in the friend zone, and/or keep receiving attention and validation from them. 87. Ladies only date up in terms of value. There is no dating down out of sympathy because she feels bad for the guy who can't find anyone. 88. And if there are no males available for her to date up in value, she would rather share a chat than have a beta herself. 89. The only exception to this is where a woman will deliberately date down with a guy in order to seize control of the relationship. 90. This will often lead to things such as the woman will decide if and when intimacy happens, or 91. The man needs to compensate for his lack of looks by contributing disproportionately more financially towards the relationship. 92. Two-timing is becoming an ever more present reality for the future of the dating market. 93. Is impossible for any woman, irrespective of her attractiveness, to not be able to get intimacy within the very next 24 hours. 94. Dating is like supermarket shopping for ladies, but like trying to find life in outer space for almost all of the male species. 95. Modern ladies will spend their teens and 20s rejecting males who don't meet their crazy standards. 96. Then in their 30s, those same ladies will plead, "Where are all the good males gone?" 97. Modern ladies will friend zone unattractive guys in their 20s who have provided potential, therefore keeping him in orbit. 98. Then in her 30s, she may try to relax with the exact same guy so he can provide resources for her. 99. The media encourages males to provide resources and simp over ladies. For example, just look at Valentine's Day. It's all about the man proving himself and buying gifts for the ladies. Guys, believe me, I've worked in restaurants over Valentine's, and I'd say 80% of the time, the man has to pay the bill in full. 20%. The bill is split 0%. The woman will be the one to pay. Finally, 100 ladies see it as an insult if an unattractive man approaches her as she thinks he's insinuating he is on her.